Okay, Pep, it seems strange to me. You're in second place, you're the Premier League's highest scorers, you're in a cup final, yet for some people, for some pundits, it doesn't seem to be quite good enough. Is that because your standards have been set so high that other people think that you've fallen short somehow?
Yeah, yeah. I think for one team is extraordinary, the best team in the world. But our standards in the past, and the people believe when you got some standards, the people believe always will be like this, and every day is a new one. But despite of that, our team is extraordinary.
How difficult is it to maintain those standards season upon season upon season?
It's the most difficult thing. To get it once can do it, but sustain it. But we did it. But we face a team this season like the results is fantastic, and we dropped some points because we were not good enough in terms of the finishing and conceding. But the way we played I like it.
If you could go back to the beginning of the season, what would you have then done differently?
It doesn't count. You cannot come back.
But are most of these issues that you speak of, are they things that you could have changed?
No. Because the decision has made in the moment specific, where you feel, where you see, where you realize in that moment. So that is the reality. So that's why that's why it doesn't count. In sport, in life, it's what you have done if you have 18, 20 years old. That isn't going to happen. So you take a decision the moment you leave, and you cannot come back. It will be boring. So the target is what you can do next season to do it better. In that case, in the Premier League, on the end of the next 2 months, that you have to be concerned.
When you've done it consistently, which your players have, is the hunger not as great once it's been done?
No.
How do you keep the hunger? How do you keep the fire in the belly?
We played really well this season. Even the games we lost, we played really, really well. So, and the hunger is not the reason why. I see my team, my players. We see each other, the way we work. I would say that we work harder even the last season, when we won all the domestic trophies here in this country. So it's not. The players want to play good, the players want to score goals, they want to defend well, the players want to try to do it. They suffer when it doesn't happen, because they live the feeling when you win, and they want to do it again, and that's why we are second in the Premier League. That is the reason why.
You've made more changes than you have done in the past to your team, to the personnel. Does that pose problems for them? Is it perhaps difficult for them to adapt?
New players?
No, when you've had maybe injury issues, you've made different formations, different personnel, your players have then to adapt each time?
Well, I would say in always my career, except the last month of the season, always I try to everybody be involved and play a lot of players to be there. Sometimes it's not good, sometimes it's good. When you win, it's a good decision to change the shape, the system, or change the players when it's not going well. But the difference, all the managers, we have to take decisions before being judged for the prestigious pundits that is in this country we have. So what you have to do is do our job and do it as best as possible, and that's all.
I don't think they've ever been called prestigious pundits before, but they'll like that one.
You have it, prestigious.
Are these the decisions that you've made though? Are they because your hand has been forced some of the time because of injuries or the amount of games that you have, or is it sometimes that you're searching for something, or is it part of a bigger plan?
No, sometimes I put Sergio, sometimes Gabriel. Both are exceptional strikers. So one have a specific qualities, the other one I try to both be involved and be ready and be positive. That is what I feel. The only I have to adjust a little bit is for when we have I'm injured for a long time, and John sometimes injured as well, and after we have not much players and use Fernandinho more than usual, but I thought they're going to play in this position, but maybe not quite regularly, and you have to adapt for the circumstances. But the team, everybody want to try to let them play as much as possible.
Now, you don't need redemption, we all know that, but the Champions League, if you manage to win that at the end of the season, all of the questions, the doubts, they will all disappear. I was interested to read that you said that if you don't win it, it would seem like a failure. People would think that you were a failure. But how can that be the case when you've already won 5 major trophies in this country alone? That's without all the trophies. Do you still think that? And does it matter if other people think you're a failure?
Of course it doesn't matter. So I live on myself. I want to win it. Everyone want to win it. But I live my profession that in all the competitions, Jesus won. And then the rest of 19 or 38 teams they start, my point of view, they are not a failure. So when one tennis player plays the final for a Masters or a Open Australia or whatever, the second is not a failure. The other one was better, improve, or as simple as that. So I know because they want to do it, so they tell you. So I accept it, I live with that, it's happened. But important is to be proud of the way your team play and try to do your best. So we give a bad message for the new generation, for our kids, to just count the winner.
The trophies. The
trophies to win, you know. You said, no, in your question, the season is a disaster, but if you win the Champions League, you'll be exceptional. Why? Why? No.
Is it because Manchester City have not won that particular trophy before?
That's why how difficult it is to win it, because if don't, so we can say the 100, more than 100 years in history, it was 100 a failure season for Manchester City, and that is not true.
Good point.
So there are many incredible players that make happy our fans, and our fans enjoy part of the season. I know they want to, okay, the people say you are good, you are not good enough. Okay, accept it. So I want to win the Champions League. I dream and I will enjoy to prepare the games against Madrid, to see what can I do. And in this process, these 2 weeks before will be the happiest moments of my profession, to imagine what we can do to beat them. We don't beat them, okay. Come the chairman and say, or the sport director say, it's not good enough, we won the Champions League, I'm going to sack you. Okay, thank you, it was a pleasure.
He won't say that though, will he?
No, I don't know. It happened many times, maybe happen. Or maybe come, okay, you do it well, what can improve? And since day one I arrived here, that is what I got for this club. It's going not well, okay, what can you do better and do it better and do it better? And that is the process with one team. So Liverpool spent 4 or 5 years, the last few years, to win last season the first title. And it was a process, you know, new players, a process, invest more, and after they got the best team in the world right now. So always sometimes the people believe, like you are Pep or you are Jurgen or you are another name, you have to win all the titles every season and 2,000 million points, 2,000 million goals. And sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes there are opponents, sometimes you cannot do it, because not all the times, in no sports, one team win every season all the time. It's impossible. What the way you do it, I like it. My team is extraordinary. I love my team. So, and I want to improve. Of course I want to improve. I will try it. But I cannot assure it. Every season win all the domestic titles. I cannot assure win the Champions League every season. I would love, but I'm not good enough to do that. I'm sorry.
But you're the best coach in the world.
I was.
Not anymore.
What is the best coach in the world? I don't know what is I never felt I am the best. Never in my life. Even when I won in Barcelona 6 titles in a row and won triples and whatever, never felt that. Because I won because I felt I have an extraordinary players in the big clubs. They're incredible managers. They don't have these players. They don't have these big clubs. So, and I'm a good manager, the best. Give me a team, I don't know, not like Manchester City. I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win. So when I do is getting my players better and improve, but I'm not going to win. So, and the people that judge because you win, you are good. It's not as that. There are incredible managers, the low and low division. They have, believe me, they can be better in many things, better than all the big managers we are in the top clubs. So it's not right.
Beep.
Beep.
So next season, will that fire you up? And do you think that Liverpool will find it difficult to keep their level?
What happen? Even I don't know what's going to happen on Sunday against West Ham. I don't know. Imagine what's going to happen next season. So
I'm a West Ham fan. I think I know what's going to happen.
Okay. I know that the reality is that 2 years ago We finished the season 25 points in front of Liverpool, 19 against United second, and 25 Liverpool third or fourth, I don't know. And now we are 22 points. 2 seasons before, we had 22 points. They reduced the gap. We have to do it next season. So we're going to work in it.
How do you do that? How do you close that gap now? What do you need?
Don't wait. They are going to drop points, and wait. We have to do better.
Okay. And you've said several times that you want to stay. You want to stay. You want to stay at Manchester City. Why do you feel that strongly to stay here?
I like it. So, but it's not depend just on me. So, the manager depends on the result. So, I can be. I want to be here next season, but maybe the year for the next 2 months before the season is a mess. It's a disaster. We don't win the games. We broke the locker room. The manager, the sport director, lost the confidence with me, and the chairman as well. So, and say, okay, thank you, Pep, for your time, but we have to change. I'm going to change. Or maybe I'm happy and we won, and next season I'm happy, extend the contract 3 more years. So I don't know. So the desire, the one, the clubs or the managers, depends from many, many things. The important is the time we are together, we work well and we were comfortable being together. That is the most important thing. And I think the places I was in Barcelona and Munich here, the relation with the bosses or the board or the people above me or my players always was really good.
Mm. And all the years that you've been in the game, do you enjoy still learning?
Yeah.
What have you learned this season?
Every season, normally I learn from my players.
Yeah.
And normally when mistakes that we have, what we can do to improve for my colleagues, for the new systems they use, for the new pressure they produce to you, the problems they try to do it. And always you learn. That's why this game is nice. It's not okay. Well, we have done the previous season. We do it again. But the football players are human beings. They have personal problems. They have a moment that believe, okay, I'm going to start a little bit later to my shape. And it's a process that football is and sports is not all the times in that way. So and at the end, it's nice that not always win the same. The important is try it.
Yeah.
And when you see, or I see my team playing in every single game, away at home, the approach and the desire to win, that is what I want.
And you've still got that?
Like. Of course we got it. We fit 80 shots on target in Spurs away, and we played really well, really, really well. Even with 11 against 10, it was difficult. We played good. So I like to watch my team playing, and that is what I want. After, we'll see. In this way, we won or we achieved what we achieved in the past. We're going to try to do in the future.
And just finally, I heard that you said about Messi, you've told him that he should stay at Barcelona.
That is my wish.
Why is that?
Because I am a Barcelona fan. That is the point. I love Barcelona.
You would love to coach him again here? Although I heard that Aymeric Laporte said that his legs have gone.
No, he's going to stay there. He has to stay there and finish his career in an incredible club. So he has to stay there. That is my wish.